Hello and welcome to the channel. President Tinubu has big plans for ex-state governors, just not what they may think. In a move that is bound to cause shockwaves, especially to those governors of APC's persuasion, President Tinubu is about to ruffle some few feathers. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Ministerial slots. Tinubu may dump ex-governors, prefers technocrats. Source. As the push for ministerial appointment gathers steam, there are strong indications that President Bola Tinubu may have dumped the idea of populating his government's former governors and prefers technocrats and professionals to be members of his cabinet, Vanguard has learned. Vanguard was reliably informed yesterday that the fate of former governors in the formation of the cabinet remains doubtful, as the president is said not to be looking in their direction. A source familiar with the development disclosed that former governors on the platform of the All Progressives Congress APC and People's Democratic Party PDP are making frantic efforts to ensure their nominees get appointments to the board MDAs and parastatals. Recall that President Tinubu on Monday dissolved the governing boards of all federal government parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies except the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) and National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC). Secretary to the Government of the Federation (SGF), Senator George Akume, in a statement said the action was an exercise of the president's constitutional powers and the public interest. Ex-Northern governors jostle for positions, push for nominees in MDAs, parastatals. But with the dissolution of the MDAs and parastatals, Vanguard was informed that former governors are pushing to have their proteges appointed. A source who spoke to Vanguard in confidence said the president is trying to avoid these APC leaders. The source, who is a former governor, said aside from getting their nominees appointed as board chairmen, the former governors, especially those of northern extraction, are pushing to be ministers. He said there is a little crisis in the northern APC. They are becoming a liability to Tinubu. Most of the former governors want to be ministers because they feel they contributed to Tinubu's electoral victory. Some of these leaders collected mobilization from Asiwaju, but they now want to become ministers. As a result of that, they now want to become a distraction to the president by insisting that they should be appointed as ministers and also appointing people to the boards of ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAS. Some of them have also approached him for contracts. For now, Tinubu is trying to avoid these former northern governors. He is trying to distance himself from them. The president is looking at appointing technocrats, especially from the north. In Kano, for instance, the presidential candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, is being favored ahead of the former governor Alhaji Umar Ganduje. As far as the president is concerned, Ganduje has lost Kano, and the president believes Kwankwaso is more relevant to him at the federal level. Another source, however, insisted that Ganduje is still Tinubu's man. On the fate of former governors making the list, a source said, in some of the states like Ogun, for instance, it is believed that the role played by Governor Dakpo Abiodun during the APC presidential primary when he aligned with former Vice President Yemi Osinbajo did not go down well with the president. The president has not made up his mind as to which block of the APC in Ogun will produce a minister. We also heard that some former governors like Senator Ibikunle Amosun are trying to realign and make amends with the president. Some of them now ensure that they participate in the Friday Jumat prayers where the president will be present. Amosun and a few other former governors were there. There is that crisis, and the president is trying to avoid them. The source further disclosed that unlike what was obtained in the past when the president goes on a foreign trip with a large delegation made up of party chieftains, Tinubu decided to go with a light delegation to Paris. He said, Some of these former governors had wanted to accompany the president to Paris, but he refused and insisted that he would only attend the summit with his aides. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Recall that the president on Tuesday arrived in Paris, France for the summit on New Global Financing Pact, which will be hosted by President Emmanuel Macron. The president will participate in a two-day summit, June 22nd and 23rd, that will look at opportunities to restore fiscal space to countries that face difficult short-term financial challenges, especially the most indebted, mobilize innovative financing for countries vulnerable to climate change and economies struggling with the effects of coral and energy crisis. Meanwhile, in other news, the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission (RMAFC) has denied some rending reports claiming the government has approved the increment of salaries of political office holders, judicial and public office holders by 114%. According to the RMAFC Public Relations Officer, Christian Nwachukwu, the president, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, is yet to approve any such increase. He added that the trending claim of a salary increase for some public office holders did not emanate from him or from the RMAFC chairman. Nwachukwu made the clarification in a chat with leadership on Wednesday when he was asked about the statement credited to a federal commissioner in the commission, Rakiya Tanko Ayuba, who reportedly said it while representing the commission's chairman, Muhammad Shehu, at the presentation of the reports of the reviewed remuneration package to Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris in Benin Kebbi on Tuesday. Tanko Ayuba was said to have claimed the reviewed remuneration packages were effective from January 1st, 2023. However, the RMAFC spokesman denied the claims about the reviewed packages. Not my chairman, not my chairman. My chairman has never made any statement on it, and I have not made any statement on it. No statement from the chairman, no statement from myself. So I don't know. I heard one of the commissioners said it. I don't want to be quoted. The RMAFC spokesperson said he added that everything is still under process and no approval has been given for it by President Tinubu. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Bye.